Hello crafty friends, this is card number 37 in Full Deck Challenge 2. The prompts are Christmas and gold. I'm going to start by preparing my card. I'm going to use a piece of white tissue paper and attach that to the card using Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can use gel medium or craft glue. The tissue paper I'm using is the type that you'd use for gift wrapping. I'm also applying a layer of Mod Podge over the tissue paper. Make sure everything dries really well and then you can trim off the excess tissue paper. You can either tear it if you like a rustic or rough look, or you can use a scissors. I recently saw a really cute project by Rachel Lowe where she created a banner on a large paper clip. I've drawn inspiration from that for today's card. I'm going to add some texture to the card. I'm going to use a stencil and some texture paste. I don't want it to cover the entire area. I want it quite uneven. So I'm basically going to just do one swoosh of the palette knife with the texture paste over the stencil. It doesn't have to cover every little hole and nook and cranny. I want it to be uneven. I'm now going to add some of my golds. I'm going to use a gold acrylic paint that I'm going to apply very watery over the texture paste that I've just put onto the card. This acrylic paint is from Big W in Australia. It is just available in the craft section and I find it has the most beautiful sheen and luster. It really does look like gold. Using a small brush, I'm applying the paint on the edge of the card and then I'm spraying some water and I'm allowing the paint to sort of seep in between the texture paste. We don't want an even coverage. We want it uneven and more concentrated on some areas and less concentrated on the others. I'm now going to cut the banner shape. I'm going to find the middle point between the left and the right, and about 2/3 down of the card I'm going to make a mark, and then I'm going to draw a line from that point to each corner at the bottom, and I'm going to cut out this triangle. This will create that banner shape. Using a small piece of fabric that's folded over the same width as the card, I'm going to sew this at the top of the banner. I'm going to use my sewing machine, and once it is done, you will see it is created like a loop in the middle where there is space to pass something through. You could also hand stitch this or glue it down and even use a piece of paper instead of a piece of fabric. As my focal point, I want something obviously Christmassy because that's our theme. I have this beautiful Christmas themed pack of rub-on stickers from Topology. I'm going to find one that I like. I'm really liking the Nutcracker and is really a good size. So I'm going to cut him out and then apply him to the fabric. All you need to do is remove the backing and then press the rub-on onto the fabric or the paper and use a little popsicle stick that is supplied and rub that really, really well. And then peel off the top layer. How cute does my little nutcracker look? I'm going to add some more gold as I like a lot of bling. I have this mesh tape also from Topology. I'm going to cut a piece and apply this at an angle just behind my little nutcracker. For some additional texture, I'm going to add also a piece of cheesecloth underneath the gold mesh tape. I've also dug out some of my Christmas die cuts. I just want to see if I have anything that suits the project. I'm really liking this Christmas tree. It's a good size and I can pop it just behind the nutcracker. And then this Christmas flower, I'm liking the color of it too, and I think it will create a lovely element and contrast. I've cut the flower in half and I'm applying some to the left and some to the right. It was a pretty big flower and just to put it down in the middle of the card would sort of overwhelm everything. So I've cut it in half and applied it in the background of the project. I don't have any fabric glue, and if I use my craft glue on the fabric, it will make stains. So I'm just using double-sided tape to stick the fabric down onto the other elements. But for everything else that I'm gluing down, I'm using a craft glue. You'll notice I'm using glue here under the fabric, but I've already put the double-sided tape, so it makes like a protective barrier, and it won't seep through my fabric. It's never too late to join in the Full Deck Challenge. You can join at any time. I'll put a link to both playlists in the description box below. This is deck number 2 and we're on card 37. Also, if you're on Facebook, you can find my group there. Just search Full Deck Challenge Group. Using the gold paint again and a small paintbrush, I'm going to add some gold just on the exposed edges of the card. I want it a little thick and I want it uneven. I'm going to do the same on the outer edge of the petals of the flower on both sides. I think it finishes it off really nicely. I would love if you subscribed to my channel. Here we do junk journals, art journals, ephemera, and of course this is home of the Full Deck Challenge. Don't forget to also hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. You could make these banners in any theme to suit your project. Doesn't only need to be Christmas, and I think they'd make really great happy mail to send to your crafty friends. I'm now going to show you how I would add it to a journal. So I've got a very large paper clip that I'm going to add to the top part of the banner where I had put that looped fabric. Using also a piece of dark red fabric, this is a chiffon style fabric. This is also available from Topology. I'm going to add that to the side of the paper clip and I'm going to tie a beautiful bow. I really hope you enjoyed this project and were inspired to create your own banner paperclip. A link to Topology website with a discount code will be available in the description box below. Here is a close-up of the banner so you can see all the details. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy creating and I'll see you again soon. Bye.